You serious?
Yes, there's plenty of ways to kill some time out there. Right now, you're killing some time with us. My name's Marcus Bronzy.
And my name is Funk Butcher.
Yes, Funk Butcher. No update yet on the NHS situation.
No.
If there is, believe we will cover it.
I'll let you know. I'll try and book a doctor's appointment. I'll let you know how I get on. If my doctor's appointment's in 2020, then yeah, that
is that how you test it now?
That ransomware is in full effect, man.
Yeah, if you don't know what we're talking about, check out the episode before this one. So Funk, kill a bit. We like to share a way we've been killing some time or a thing that we've killed some time with.
Yes, sir.
This week, I've been sent the Insta360 Nano.
What's that little gizmo in your hand?
You might have seen me doing a couple of pictures on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. Did you see some of this stuff?
Yeah, I saw you showing off on your old Twitter at Marcus Bronzy. Go check it out. It was looking like a Busta Rhymes vintage 90s video. The 360 fisheye kind of. I
really feel like doing a Kendrick Lamar video now.
Yeah. Hype Williams, that's it.
Hype Williams video, innit? Yeah. And Kendrick done the in the Humble video used a sort of similar effect. Anyway, what are we talking about? 360 pictures and 360 degree videos.
Okay.
Is what this does. First things first, I just want to say shout out to the guys that came in from Shangzhou. I don't know if I'm saying it right. They popped over to show me this big piece of kit. And the first thing that is amazing for me is that this works with my iPhone. It's tiny, bro.
Yeah.
It's like I'm holding it in my hand. It's tiny.
Yeah.
And it takes 360 degree photographs or videos. Simples. Really cool. I can live stream with it as well.
Yeah.
You charge it with a micro USB.
Yep.
So it carries its own charge, so it doesn't rinse your battery. The live streaming stuff's cool because we got to be able to do some live streaming stuff for How to Kill an Hour now as well. This is cool. The videos are, I think they're like 3K videos, which are really good. Yeah. And you can use it whilst it's plugged into your phone, or if you want, you can put in a micro SD card and use it by itself. Wow. It is tiny. It's like half the size of an iPhone.
Yeah.
And it's slimmer than that. It's smaller than that. And it does 360 degree photos. Looks really good. Holds a charge. I can literally pop it in my pocket. This is in my go bag now when I'm out and about at events. So I can do 360 photos.
So wait, is this out? Is this coming out?
Out now.
Okay.
It's out now. And the price point is like a couple of £100.
Yeah.
Or dollars. We'll put links to this in the show description so you can get your hands on it. But I'm just like blown away. It comes with its own software that's really sturdy as well.
Yeah.
The weird thing about it is when you plug it, because it plugs into the bottom of your phone, you've got to hold your phone upside down.
Okay.
So the software, you have to turn your phone over and use your phone upside down, which is a bit weird. But that's it really, man.
And this is obviously a way that the general consumer can get that 360 live event feel, because
you can Periscope with it, you can Facebook Live, YouTube Live.
Because the whole 360 camera thing has previously only been seen at these big events with those super expensive cameras. And now this is more affordable.
Yeah, I mean, they've also got a film one as well, which is like $5,000. But even for that, like existing rigs, like so the rigs that like Kendrick used for his Humble video.
Yeah.
That one of those rigs that he could have used are like $45,000.
Wow.
And then you say you got like $4 or $5,000 or $45,000. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
But yeah, it's an amazing piece of kit. Comes in its nice little bag, which you can wipe down the screens with as well. It's really hard to find fault with it.
Yeah. Like
I've heard people saying that the software was clunky before, but they've refined that. It's simple to use. They kind of encourage you to share on their Insta360. They've got their own kind of 360 space.
Okay.
But it's great.
Is that like their own kind of
their own kind of social media space to share in? But to be fair, it just means you can check out other videos. And if you film in 3D, what that means is, so we can go to an event now, like we've got actually an event that's coming up this week that we're going to try this at, and we can record, and that means you, the listener, can now put on Google Cardboard or whatever, like, whatever VR headset you got, stream and look around the events that we're at, like you're with us. Sick.
Yeah.
Sick. So sick. So yeah, that's the Insta360. I like it, man. I can't lie, I like it. It's one of out of the things that we've got to kill some time with. It's one of the coolest things.
And no criticisms.
Go
on.
All right. Here's one thing though. If I was gonna dig it out, is that you can plug it into your phone, and you can charge this as you're using your phones because it has a separate charge point. But because it plugs into your iPhone 7's port, you can't charge your phone while you're using it.
Okay.
If I'm really gonna dig away something,
but that's all right. If you've got 6S, it's all right though.
Why?
Oh, because
it's the so yeah, it plugs in. It uses your phone's port.
To
dock into it.
Okay.
So yeah, if I really, but like, come on, you like, do you know what I mean? Like, maybe in the future they could do like a through charge if they wanted to, but to
be fair, I think that's the iPhone 7's fault anyway.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
With their one port.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if I wanted to, but other than that, it's great. And there's an Android version as well.
Okay.
The Android version is kind of cool as well. It's like this little round ball that sits on your top of your phone, but it's pretty cool. Pretty much, I don't know what else to say, Funk. I really like it, and the videos are getting good responses. So I'm gonna keep on doing my 360 streams and see where they go.
So that's what you got up to.
Yeah. What about you, Funk?
What I got up to, I got my control pad out, my PS4 out, and I was trying a new game out.
Hang on, you put down the Switch?
Yeah,
the Switch down
momentarily.
You put the Switch down?
Yeah, momentarily.
Is the Switch on you now?
Yeah, still with me. I roll with the Switch like the Americans in their firearms. I got it on me, man. Are you holding, sir? And I put out my Switch controllers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was playing a game called Prey. Not something you do in the church. I'm talking about.
I hope you don't do the sort of praying that goes on in this game in the church.
Yeah,
bro.
praying on the bishops.
Yeah.
So Prey.
Yeah.
And it's a game by Arcane Studios, and you can either be a male or female. Obviously, I picked a male, and you play this guy called obviously, and you play this guy called Morgan Yu. He's a scientist, and you kind of wake up in your apartment. I think the year is like 2032.
Yeah,
and you wake up in your apartment, and it's really, really kind of like lush visuals and background, and something's up. It's like you go and do these series of tests, and then everyone kind of gets wiped out by these creatures called mimics. And these mimics, they take the form of whatever inanimate objects are in the room. So you could be walking past a coffee table, and then you turn around again, and it's one of these mimics, and they try and attack you and all that kind of stuff. But it's kind of in terms of the genre, you'd put it as I guess like a survival horror. Yeah.
I think it's got a survival horror feel to it. Like, yeah. It's like it's not there's not an abundance of resources.
No.
You know, like certain games, like you just go pick up you might find a toolbox and you'll pick up like 150 bullets.
Yeah.
It's more like you'll find 5 bullets.
Yeah.
And then that's a gold mine.
And that's it. Literally, you start off the game, and the first tool/weapon that you find is like a wrench, and I think that's where the kind of the horror, the fear element comes into it, because you're supposed to be battling these creatures that you don't know what the hell they are, and you're only armed with a wrench, and you have to kind of progress a little bit further before you can kind of upgrade your weapons. Not upgrade, but you find stronger and more effective weapons. But for me personally, I thought the game was really good in terms of how it created with the space and the time and the use of noise, because there's minimal noise. It's very kind of like a subtle kind of background noise. That's what it kind of created the fear. And there's a few kind of moments. Literally. If you was to compare it to anything out there, you're probably looking at something like Alien.
Yeah.
Where there's a lot of space. It's very quiet. It's long. You're walking around kind of long corridors. There's absolutely no one there, but every so often something would jump out and you're called into action. So
or like a teacup, or a spoon.
Exactly, the spoon attacks you. So literally, that's where you kind of have your jumpy moments.
So you think the gameplay? I mean, you like the look of it.
Yeah.
You said you like the story. What about the gameplay?
Yeah, I thought the gameplay was it's a little bit tricky. I think maybe that's just based on my being immersed in the Switch for so long, so getting kind of used to the buttons. But everything is kind of explanatory. What I do like also, there's a different tier of difficulty settings, because even normal,
bruv, I put it on easy.
I thought, let me try normal. I'm not gonna try and breeze through this game. Let me try normal, and normal was quite difficult.
Easy's difficult.
Yeah,
easy. Like real talk.
Yeah.
When you want to play this game, I'd say like try it easy.
Yeah.
It's not an easy game.
No,
yeah.
It's not, because literally the time isn't at your disposal, because what you're finding is that these mimics are everywhere around you, and you have you do have a period of time to kind of, I don't know, make it to the lobby or get out of the room before these things kind of come towards you, and you obviously don't have the luxury of having a big super duper gun like you have in some of these games, like these space games like Doom or something like that. So, and
if you get hit, it's not like you run away and regenerate health. If you get hit, you stay hit. So if you like, it's funny because you kind of regain your health with these. I don't know. I thought at first when I thought they were Ace of Spades bottles. You drink these drinks, and they kind of like replenish your health and whatnot. You got to find scraps as well, like apple.
So you find these
an apple, cucumber.
So, in regards to the gameplay aspect, the difficulty setting will kind of determine how much you enjoy the game.
I did find it a little bit clunky. I've got to be honest, like I didn't feel like, because Bethesda, the people behind it, they're like Fallout. I know there was another development team on it, but it has that Bethesda feel, like where the story is really good, but I feel like it was a little bit clunky. It was a little bit frustrating, but part of that might be because I was scared. My fingers might have been slipping off the buttons a little bit. And I will say as well, like, I like to go in gung ho. I'm just that kind of guy. Like I get a bit impatient. It's really not that kind of game, because I found myself very quickly with no bullets. And like, because there's different like levels to these creatures as well. Which like there are these. I mean, this won't spoil it. So I'm talking about, there's like these bigger creatures that are walking around. These bigger mimics that are like saying, they're like talking a bit. And then I actually confronted one of them. And it didn't end very well. Like, you got to be very clever and tactical when you're trying to confront these things. But I find it was cool. Like, the gameplay was probably the thing that held me back a bit. I like to have like after a few hours of playing, I like to ease into something a bit more and enjoy it. The story was good though.
And I think that's what was keeping me engaged, was the story. I spent quite a bit of time just in the guy's apartment, just looking around and reading the documents. And, and the subtle little touches, like
the detail,
going into the emails and logging onto the computer and all that kind of stuff, which I obviously liked. But I think if there was any drawback, it probably would be the kind of the button system, the configuration.
But so that was Prey. Check that out. Link in the show description, or head to howtokillanow.com. Check that out. Funk, I should have really spoken about this after I spoke about the Insta360 that I spoke about at the start of the show. I got the free app from Sky, VR app. Now, we said on the show before, VR applications for film, TV, live events. Sky's got a VR app that works with your phone. So if you have a Google Cardboard print out, or if you have whatever VR setup, you can actually watch VR stuff on your phone. You can use the Sky VR app. Oh, by the way, that Insta360, the box that it comes in turns into a VR viewer. I've thought of a lot of good things out there. So the Sky VR app is free. There's a few experiences on it. There's an Alien Covenant one, but I watched the last round of the Klitschko AJ fight. They filmed that on a VR camera, so you can watch it, look at the crowd, look at the people, and as you move around, the 3D sound follows you as well. It's sick.
That explains, because there was this meme of this cameraman on the ringside, and they had cameramen positioned on. They were practically standing on the ring, and it probably explains why they were positioned at certain angles to kind of get all the information together.
So sick.
So how was it?
I just why are we not getting more of this? I'm ready for it. I'm ready for 3D. I'm ready for VR TV. I'm ready for films like there was an action film that came out and it was all first person point of view. Was it Hardcore Henry or something? Hardcore Henry. And I thought that was so dope. I was like, the next. Everyone's like, what's the next step? How could this get better? And I was like, the next step has got to be 100% a VR version of this game. And I think a film. And do you know what I mean? We're getting closer to it. I want to see VR. Everywhere. Like, they've got a scene from Avengers as well, where there's a fight scene going on. And Suicide Squad, and you're in the fight scene as well. So they've taken a scene out of the film where they were fighting in a office block, and they've placed. And this is on the free Sky VR app. You're in the moment. Bullets are flying over your shoulders.
Okay.
You look over there. You look over there. It's just, why have we not got more of this, man? I'm ready.
Interesting.
I'm ready.
So they filmed a scene from Suicide Squad, the one that's just come out.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I remember that shoot 'em up in the office block.
Yeah, yeah.
And they've made it whole 360.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Amazing. So yeah, check that out. It's a free app. We'll put links to that in the show description as well, man. It's a bit of freeness this week as well. So much, bruv, there's so much stuff we've been killing time with.
Yeah.
We never spoke about this on the show, Funk, but we wanted to, but for some reason we didn't. Did we ever mention this gentleman who wanted to get some nuggets? This guy Carter Wilkinson.
Yep, we did.
Did we? Oh, we did mention it.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, cool. So quick recap. Basically, there's loads of people out there that are like, yo, McDonald's, how many retweets do I need to get like a free this or a free that? So he tweeted Wendy's, popular food place in the States. Yo, Wendy's, how many retweets for a year of free chicken nuggets? And they said 18 million. And he said, consider it done. Hashtag Nugs for Carter is what his hashtag was. I'm going to be honest, he did not hit the 18 million retweets. He did hit. Actually, let's get an update on the Nugs for Carter. Let's get an update on this. Let's get a live update. Nugs for Carter. Let's get the tweet up. All right, the tweet. I can't believe the tweet. Like when you type in Nugs for Carter, it's the top tweet. It's the top Google search result. His tweet.
Yeah.
He's on 3.5 million retweets and almost 1 million likes. That's the most retweeted tweet of all time. Even Ellen brought him on her show because she had the most retweeted picture from the Oscars. Yeah. So obviously I don't know whether she was trying to combat some saltiness by bringing him on the show. But
I mean, Ellen can still kind of.
He's now verified on Twitter.
Really?
He's got 123,000 followers.
My word.
What a guy.
Ellen can still take some kind of solace in the fact she's got the highest retweeted selfie, I guess.
Yeah. But he didn't even have to take a picture.
Yeah.
Just a couple tweets. So he's actually, the pictures are out. Hashtag Nugs for Carter campaign has worked.
Yeah.
It's now the most retweeted tweet of all time, and they gave him all of his nuggets, and they gave him 100K to give to a charity.
So what's he got, nuggets for life now?
You know what they usually do when they give you like a lifetime supply of? They work out how much the average person uses. Like, you know, like for me, like when people win a lifetime supply of Converse, I'm like, how many? They go, we got 20 pairs. I'm like, jeez, bruv, I'll burn through a pair in a week. Yeah. But yeah, he also got 100K for the Dave Thomas Foundation. It's for adopted kids. So he did it for a good cause as well.
Yeah.
Nugs for Car, man. And he gets his nuggets as well. He's got some Wendy's cards with like, they look like unlimited nugget cards.
Yeah. So has this guy started off this trend of contacting massive companies and exchanging goods for retweets?
If you do it right, the marketing that you get. So Wendy's, can you imagine how much they'd have to pay to have a tweet retweeted 3.5 million times by real people? Mad marketing.
Yeah.
So like as a brand, you kind of want to be involved in this.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of people out there that are like, yo, Matt D's, how much for this? Or so sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think it'll be a while. We'll have to forget about it. Like forget about Carter, and then when there's another round, somebody's gonna come along and be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola, how much for a lifetime supply of Coke?
Because I saw someone try to do the same thing with Mercedes, and
there was a guy that did a picture with Radox in the background, and Radox sent him. He said some funny phrase, and Radox sent him like free shower gels, because that's what Radox is, shower gel and bath soap company, in case you don't know. And he then tried it with a Mercedes, and then they sent him like a toy car. I think he photoshopped the picture and put a Mercedes in it and was like, Mercedes. But yeah.
Sounds like the Bow Wow challenge.
So did we oh my God. Have we spoken about that yet?
No, we haven't yet.
Have we not on the show?
No.
Oh, the Bow Wow challenge. So yeah, I think, so basically, just to recap, you probably know this already, listener, but like Bow Wow got caught. He says he was joking now, but he got caught using a picture of a private jet, putting it online saying, just on my way to New York. So the connotations are, I've got the private jet and I'm going to New York on private jet. Someone took a picture of him a few hours later saying, in economy.
Yeah.
Saying, yo, why are you trying it for, bro? And then you know what the internet's like, after further digging, the picture that he used was like off a website for private jets or something like that. So he used a stock photo.
Yeah.
Amateur mistake. I think he's losing his marbles a bit, you know. I think he's struggling.
He got caught doing that with a similar tweet though, where he Instagrammed a stack of money and he put some sort of kind of motivational quote underneath it. And then the person whose Instagram account who he nicked it from kind of like
said, hey,
pulled him up about it. So this isn't the first time.
He needs to stop. I feel worried.
Mr. Shad
Moss. I feel worried for him because he's peaked. Remember, Lil Bow Wow, Snoop Dogg, one of the greatest, undeniably one of the greatest icons in hip hop.
Yeah.
You were like the next in line. You were Lil Bow Wow, Snoop Dogg. So you had the sign in from Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
He used to be with Ciara, who I think is a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
Not with her anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like he's had he peaked quite young, innit?
He had some hits.
He had a couple tunes
in the early 2000s.
He did rap as well.
Yeah.
And then now is he like on CSI something?
Yeah, he had the Fast and Furious film that no one cares about. Yeah.
The one that was out of the timeline where the guy dies.
Yeah.
But he doesn't because we see him in another Fast and Furious film.
That's harsh. That's harsh. Why don't they just put him in with the main numbered Fast and Furious films? Why don't they just chuck him in some spin-off?
Tokyo Drifting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was whack, man. That was whack. That was so whack. But yeah, man. So the Little Bow Wow challenge, there's loads of people out there that are like faking.
Yeah.
Thing is, I found that funny, but at the same time, I was like, that's what most of Instagram is anyway.
Exactly.
Like. So it's quite ironic. But I think that pretty much wraps up this episode of How to Kill an Hour. Plenty of ways to kill some time out there. Thank you for killing some time with us. I've been Marcus Bronzy.
Bye.